Hey folks, real quick, this is Shock. I was dying laughing. I was reading this article. The atheists once again have egg on their face as their hate for God backfires on them and they have got caught in a lie. Notice the article here, and I'll put the links below this video, says the atheist billboard falsely attributes quote to Thomas Jefferson. And they basically said that Thomas Jefferson was against God. He didn't like God. He didn't like Christianity. And but notice here it says experts at the Jefferson Library Collection are constantly asked about the quote. And it says in a letter to Dr. Wood, officials can't find any trace correspondence to a person by that name. In other words, they're saying Jefferson never said that. This is the dishonest thing that atheists do, is they'll make up things. I know you're shocked that atheists lie, but here they are again, lying for atheism like atheists love to do. Notice here's what happened. The atheist admits that he messed up. Is it Bruce Gleason? He's an atheist. He's a member of the atheist group. He told the Orange County Register that he should have done a bit more research before putting the words on the sign. Well, if he would have done any type of research, he wouldn't be an atheist, because we know that atheism is really myth and madness and fantasy. Atheism is just madness, folks. Now, it gets worse. The people were saying, well, you need to take down that sign. It's dishonest. And, you know, but the atheist didn't want to take it down. But check this out. Okay, watch. Finally, the atheists were so embarrassed and ashamed, they put their tails between their legs, and they had to take down the billboard. Oh, how embarrassing for atheism. That must have been embarrassing. All that money that they spent. By the way, the money that they spent, it said "In God We Trust" on it. So it says, an Orange County group of skeptics, well, they're making everyone skeptical about atheism even more, with a heavy atheist bent, notice what it says, have become tongue-tied in their campaign for secularism. Now, what happened, it cost them $4,000 to make a mistake. $4,000 for them to lie. $4,000 for them to think that people would not recognize how dishonest these atheists. The atheist had to lower his head in shame and apologize. He says he's now apologizing. Gleason is the nutjob atheist that did this. He's now apologizing to the secular community after news broke out. See, he wouldn't take the sign down, but after people said, you know, it's pretty dishonest that you atheists lie, and you put a quote up there, Jefferson never said that. And worst of all, he wasted $4,000. Now, that's $4,000 that could have fed the hungry. Are you listening to this, atheist? Why didn't you get that same money and feed the hungry or the poor? Instead, you buy a sign to promote atheism, and you're lying for atheism. Don't you think that's kind of hypocritical? And while you're at it, I think it's kind of hypocritical that atheists use money that says "In God We Trust" on it to buy the sign. You should actually get the money, my atheist, and give it to people that love God. Go give it to your Christian neighbors. So there's $4,000 these dodo bird atheists just blew on a sign that they had to take down. Ladies and gentlemen, atheism is madness. And the article goes on to say that they are tongue-tied. The atheists were tongue-tied. See, the atheists, guys, let me tell you what atheism's like. Atheism is like Wile E. Coyote from the Roadrunner series. You know how Wile E. Coyote, he always has these big plans, and he puts a rocket on his back and roller skates, and then he accidentally plummets off into the ravine and dies. Atheists are a lot like bees. They spend their whole life, but then when they finally try to give a good argument that stings, they just end up dying in the end. Because atheism always ends up in death. Look at, here's another article. I'm going to put all these articles below. What's the matter, Richard Dawkins? Cat got your tongue? As you know, Richard Dawkins has cowered to Dr. William Lane Craig's debate challenge. There's a 13-year-old young man in the Question Evolution campaign group who is publicly pointing out that Richard Dawkins cannot satisfactorily answer the 15 questions for evolutionists. In fact, we're challenging evolutionists all over to answer these 15 questions, and again, they've been tongue-tied. It seems to me that atheism is been tongue-tied a lot lately. Notice Richard Dawkins is tongue-tied. Let's go over here. Notice over here it says that this atheist was tongue-tied. Something it just has to happen with these atheists. It's becoming 2012 is becoming the worst year in history, not just for atheism, but Darwinism. Do you know recent studies show that atheism is now declining worldwide as a whole, while Christianity is exploding? It's growing massively in Africa and China. And with all the folks they have in Africa and China, atheism will never catch up. Look at 2012 will be the worst year in history for Darwinism. As the new year is rapidly approaching, accordingly, it is time for our Question Evolution campaign to chart out our group's vision for 2012. Here's what it is, guys. Simply put, we want to help make 2012 the worst year in the history of Darwinism. And it's already, as you see from these recent articles, it's already starting to happen. More specifically in the Western world, we want to help make 2012 a pivotal year as far as the expansion of creation evangelism. Our goal is to increase percentage of the Western world population which holds to a biblical creation worldview, which should aid Christian evangelism. That's a pretty big goal, don't you guys think? The Christian writer and mountain climber John Noe wrote, "High achievers make no small plans." So if our Question Evolution campaign group wants to go from summit to summit of achievement in the creation versus evolution arena, we're certainly not going to do it through the setting of small goals. Now, I want you guys to go here and read this. We have a method of attack. We are going to drive a wooden stake through the heart of this dishonest, fictional Darwinian theory. It's just as fictional as what these atheists were doing over here. Okay. Oh, and here's another article on it right here. And notice even the atheists are admitting, it says, the billboard hurts us because there are other religious people who have said, look at those atheists, they're misquoting Jefferson. Well, I take it upon myself, the atheist says, yes, he made a mistake. Well, atheism is one big mistake, and so is this fictional Darwinian evolution. I want you guys to check out the links below and definitely check this one out, how we're going to make 2012 the worst year in the history of Darwinism. We are going to drive a wooden stake through the heart of Darwinism, evolution. And here's about 6 ways that we're going to do it here. And do you know the Question Evolution campaign is exploding? We're getting more and more people coming on board. A lot of young people are coming on board. And if you guys want to join the Question Evolution campaign, contact me, and I'll show you how we can make some videos, and I'll even promote your video, and we'll get you some subscribers to your channel. So God bless you guys. Here it is again. Click right below this video and you can read it, but check it out. Atheists lie for atheism. Their billboard falsely attributes quotes to Thomas Jefferson. And you know these quotes that they quoted to Thomas Jefferson, they're just bald-faced lies. Are you shocked that the atheists lied for atheism? I'm not, because atheism's a lie. God bless you guys. Don't forget to visit the websites below where you can read these articles. Atheism. Are you embarrassed? I would be if I was an atheist.